Hey everybody, welcome back to Jeff Bull's Central. We are reviewing Assassin's Creed Mirage today. Now, admittedly, I am a little bit late to the party for a review of this game. This game is about a month old now. But you know what, looking back on October 2023, it was a very, very full month for me, not just in terms of life stuff, but that was also the case. But you know what? Other games came out that kind of caught my attention a little bit more. Forza for one, and Spider-Man 2 for another. And you know what? Assassin's Creed, it used to be a priority for me. It really did. Every time a new Assassin's Creed would come out, I was down, man. I was there. Especially, and this might make me kind of a rare AC fan. Especially the last three games, Odyssey, Origins, and Valhalla. Those are kind of my favorite Assassin's Creed games. I love those big open world, action, history-driven experiences. Yeah, the combat kind of sucked in those, but combat kind of generally sucks in Assassin's Creed. And there wasn't much stealth, but I don't really like stealth gameplay. I kind of never really have. I kind of find it kind of boring and pedantic, actually, and a little artificial, too. But that's, again, so this is all preference that I'm talking about. But I don't think you have to hold those preferences to feel the same way about Assassin's Creed. It's a little bit, I don't want to say played out, because I always think that a good series can always be revived in any number of ways. But yeah, it's a little bit played out, man, and I think that Ubisoft definitely knows that. And so, kind of the gist with Assassin's Creed Mirage, first of all, it started its life as a small expansion for Valhalla that centered on this character Basim, who was in Valhalla. He's like the only actual assassin in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And they decided to release it as a standalone thing. It's a smaller game than what you're probably used to with Assassin's Creed, but it's also got a lower price tag, so that's, you know, you get what you pay for on that. But you know, the scope of the game actually kind of hurts it. I wish it had been just an expansion, or I wish they had expanded it to make it its own full thing. And the other thing that they're doing with it is they're trying to go back to Assassin's Creed basics, which is stealth assassination and stealth infiltration, trying to infiltrate, all sorts of complex situations where you're rescuing people or killing people or stealing this or doing that, right? And that's kind of the nature of the original Assassin's Creed. That's kind of the backbone of the series, right? And they're kind of using some of the newer technology that they invented for Odyssey and Origins and Valhalla, which is cool because I love the way that those games look. I kind of love the way that they play. Again, the action has never been great. And boy, oh boy, the action is kind of rough in a AC Mirage here. But if you look at the screen here, you can kind of get the gist of this. This is definitely something you would have found back in Ezio's day. Ezio Auditore would have done something like this, escaping through people, and climbing down rope, shafting down ropes and whatever it is, But I don't know, man. I want this series to go forward, not backward. That's kind of my thesis for this video, for this review. This is not a bad game, but honestly, considering what else is out there right now, for your hard-earned cash, I can recommend it as a playthrough. I can recommend it as an experience if you like Assassin's Creed or if you like action games or stealth or whatever. But all of this stuff has moved on. All of this gameplay has moved on. Stealth has become more sophisticated than this. Action has become more sophisticated than this. It looks good, but all the newer Assassin's Creeds kind of have looked pretty good. I want this series to advance. I'm a little bit disappointed that we went back in time. And again, my perspective is that the stealthier versions of these games were never, for me, as fun as the more open world action-y type ones. That's just my preference. But look, even the, like I've been kind of alluding to here, even the actual combat is like a step backward. Total step backward. You have one parry button, an attack, a strong attack. You've got throwing knives, which are really helpful. It's about the only piece of equipment on your very small and limited skill tree that, you know, that actually makes that much of a difference while in combat. And they've made combat especially difficult because they definitely want you to attack this thing from a stealth point of view. Again, not my favorite thing. I find stealth gameplay most of the time really artificial. So this whole thing is just kind of like a disappointment for me. Like, I'm getting a little nervous about the future of Assassin's Creed. Although I know that it just takes one good reinvention to really do it justice, and that's kind of what I felt the Origins era was kind of all about. A slight reinvention, a slight, a slight upgrade to the formula. But again, this thing's stuck in the past. It's slow. The story's not that interesting. Basim is not that interesting. It's cool that it's set in Baghdad. Baghdad's a cool city to explore. It's a beautiful city to explore. And, you know, putting it back in the Middle East, really, it does harken back to those older themes with Altair. But it's not the same. It's not the same. It doesn't recapture the glory of predecessors, and it definitely isn't looking forward to what the future of Assassin's Creed should be. So I'm going to give Assassin's Creed Mirage a 7 out of 10. I almost want to give it a 6 out of 10. I'm really not super impressed with this one. And I wanted to like it, but ultimately, unless we're really doing a great version of our history, or we're definitely looking forward, or you know what would be great is both. Let's have both. Let's do it both. Let's have our cake and eat it too. I'm sure Ubisoft would love to hear that. So, that's it for me, everybody. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Oh, thanks for showing up. And do me one last little favor, everybody. This is my latest album, Bridges Burn by Audiophile. That is me. This is some good music, man. Some good rock music and acoustic music and kind of old school sounds. And you can check it out on Spotify, Amazon Music, Pandora, iTunes, Tidal, whatever. But also here on my YouTube channel for free. Wow! What an invention, freedom. Navigate to my main channel page and check it out. Oh, it's good to be alive. Bye-bye.